Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the A-Team podcast on Jackrabbit Illustrated. I'm Dallas, here with Matt and Chad. Excited to cover some bonus playoff football here today and preview a game that coming up that honestly should probably be a semifinal at least. Man, I am jacked. Cannot wait for Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we jump in here, as always, Jackrabbit Illustrated is presented all season long and through the playoffs by Kubota Dealers of South Dakota. Big jobs, long days, changing seasons. Kubota's built for all of it, from compact tractors to mowers, utility vehicles, and construction equipment. Kubota gives you the power and reliability you need to get the job done day after day. So, whether you've got acres of land, you got an acreage yourself, you got some work to do, no matter what you do, taking care of a place, you're building something, trust Kubota. Go Orange. Thank you, Kubota Dealers of South Dakota. All right, Matt, what is happening? I know you guys, as Packer fans here on a Sunday, did not have to watch anything like the folks in Minnesota did. My God. What else is going on?
Yeah. You know what? I was telling Chad before the show, I start youth basketball coaching tomorrow with Miles in his class, his fourth grade class. So that's my second year of doing that, and I'm super excited. We're actually incorporating some mental strength training into each of our practice. I bought some cards that we're going to go through this season at the start of each practice. So kind of excited for that. So
you should do the agility dodging, exercise too. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge. Oh, never mind. I just wanted to quote
Patches O'Houlihan.
Oh, but man, I'm jealous. Youth coaching is so much fun. I mean, parts of it can be tough, and there's plenty to complain about too. But, dude, I miss that so much. I'm jealous you get to do that.
I'm sure you got to have moments where you're just like, laugh it off. That's awesome because they're learning. They're learning.
Yep. Chad, what's up with you, man?
Well, I had a good weekend. Went with the Taco King down to Lincoln, Nebraska. Thursday we left 1 o'clock, 1:30. Well, close to 2 something, I guess, because the turkey was taking a little longer in the smoker than anticipated. Not my fault, but just that happens. I see you had a great bird there, Dallas.
I did. Thank you.
So we went down there and hung out with Deb and Ray and Ryan Gronowski and had a few beverages and discussed life so far this year and had a good time with them that night, and then got up and kind of tailgated in the same bar and restaurant at the Graduate there and went into the game. And I stand out if you're looking at the north end zone and they're facing the home side, because I'm the only dude wearing blue in a sea of black. So,
how about that game? Yeah, how about that game by Mark? Man, that was fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. We decided to leave at half when it was still really a close game, because we were afraid the roads might get too bad to make it home. And then my wife, Sam, she met us at Walmart here on the west side of Sioux Falls so that Brian could, hit the road real quick and maybe make it back to Fargo. And he called me a little while later, about 2 hours later, and caught some bolts in his tires just south of Watertown. And so he ended up having to spend the night in Watertown. And there's a whole story there, but he got some tires. So, it was not what he expected, but it was lucky to get some. And, I got to drive up and watch the Jacks get a victory in the snow. Brendan and I got invited. We spent a little time in a nice little suite on the upper south side of the stadium. So shout out.
What a humble brag.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, I would have been cool hanging out outside, but apparently they saw the hat all the way across the field and was like, you should call them guys up. You know them guys. Tom?
Yeah. Where was Brendan, by the way? You were all by yourself there.
No, he was
that one, not on TV. It was just you by yourself.
That might have been when he went to the bathroom, to be completely honest, but he was right next to me the whole time.
You looked like the loneliest man in the world right there.
Yep.
No, I was happy. That I was just warm and I was like a pig in a blanket, man. I had 3 socks on, 2 pants, a short, 3 shirts, my bibs, which I'm too
Yeah.
zip up. Well, I got them to zip up, but on the way in, I could barely breathe, so I had to unzip up because I couldn't hardly breathe. I knew
Gosh.
fellas.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, great weekend for me. Today was a little bit weird. We were talking about that beforehand, but I ain't got to get all into that. How about you, Matt? Tell us a little bit about your weekend.
Oh, Dallas. I want to know Dallas's weekend.
My
No
weekend.
travel, no sights.
Yep, no travel. You know what? We were planning on making it to Brookings, but I mean, we got a solid foot of snow here in Mankato. There's no chance I was driving across 2-lane roads on that. So enjoyed the game from home. Watched a ton of football. It really is the best weekend. It might be the best sports weekend as far as I'm concerned all year. I know anybody that watches the basketball tournament's going to say that, but as a football guy like that, there were so many great games on. So enjoyed that thoroughly. Hung out, watched a lot of ball with Hudson, cooked. That's the extent of it, really. And then, like I said, alluded to today, actually watched like my first Vikings game of the year, and it was
This is the one you chose to watch?
I don't know. That's my level of Vikings fandom, but I felt like I was in it, so I had to just kind of keep going.
Oh, man. Before we get into these games, the recruiting signing day is this week, December 3rd, coming right up. And so we will not do our recruiting recap until after the Jacks are eliminated. I'm not going to bug the coaches and get all the information from them. With the playoffs coming up here, with Montana coming up. So just know that I will have some write-up. I'll push out some blog content probably. But besides that, there won't be any special podcasts until probably the later signing day like we usually do. So just see everyone's aware.
Keep your eyes peeled on Jackrabbit Illustrated on Facebook and X, formerly Twitter, and you can find all that content there. Matt is really good at keeping that up to date, and so if you aren't following Jackrabbit Illustrated on that, make sure to do so.
We've picked up a couple. Have we picked up like 3 guys here late? Like in the last couple of days?
Just one, I think, unless I missed some.
All right, I don't want to throw you off. You know these things way better than I do, but I feel like there's been at least 2 in the last couple of days that I've seen. But.
So he tweeted something yesterday that looked like a commitment, took it down, and then there was a more formal one today.
Okay, maybe
so I don't know. The receiver was today.
Yeah, no.
And he was fun, super fast. Someone said in the comments that he's only played 1 season of high school ball too. So super raw. I don't know. I'm excited to see him in blue and yellow. That's for sure.
Yeah,
but
I was thinking. I was thinking of a defensive back of some kind. All right, but that's for later.
Randy Jacobs is saying the JUCO safety. Yeah,
there we go. Okay, and honestly, maybe I'm a little bit more in tune to this now because now I'm kind of seeing it from a parent standpoint and looking at like, okay, so coaches are focused on finishing 26s right now. Got to get through signing date. Then it's going to go basically straight into there'll be December's a dead period for recruiting. Then it's going to be portal. And then when the portal closes, then it'll be 27s. At least that is my understanding of kind of the order that things go here. So,
yeah, how long does that free agent period last? Do you remember?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Is that it for the portal? I feel like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like you get it done. That's gonna be a wild thing at the upper level. I mean, it's gonna affect us obviously at our level, but
shit, and everybody's gonna be signing, and they got to get enrolled into school, and classes will be started, right?
Which means there has to have been tampering because everybody already knows if you're any good.
Oh yeah,
you've got to know where you're already going. Like it's already determined before that even happens.
Right. Oh well. Hey, let's talk about this New Hampshire game, guys. And I want to shout out our sponsor for our show, Hadrick Ranch. Talked about them a lot this year. We all rave about their beef. Love the product. And again, if you want to sample it, get to one of the restaurants that they have in town, whether it's Mad Mary's in Flandreau or the Double Barrel in Henry or Maury's down in Sioux Falls, whatever it may be. Lots of jeepers. There. I lights my lamp. There we go. Lots of good options for you. But if you want to commit and just try it right away, go to hadrickranch.com and they have different beef bundles ready for you to go there. It's delicious. Jim Poppin says Drifters in Fort Pierre, Rub and Tug in Brookings, and you can actually buy some meat out of their case too. Nope. Or yes, Chet.
Yeah, no, I was agreeing with you. Yep.
Okay.
Rub and Tug, you can buy me. If I shook my head the wrong way, I'm sorry. I don't.
You did it. Okay, good.
Just
rocks
in there.
Yes, right. So yes, thank you, hadrickranch.com, Hadrick Ranch, certified Angus beef, ranch to table. First in South Dakota to be certified with that. All right. This game was awesome. There was just Chad was on TV. It felt like the team was just playing at a different level than maybe we've seen since early in the season. Did it feel that way in the stadium?
Yeah, and they were really playing loose and having fun with it. I think that's the bigger thing. It felt like the pressure was off. They were excited to be back and have Chase back under center and, captain of the ship, so to speak. And it was amazing the difference that made, because I just kept saying to Brendan, I'm like, it's the same team. Like, I mean, I can't believe. We all knew he made a difference, right? But we all believe in Jack Henry and thought he played very well. But yeah, I mean, the timing, it's got to be a lot of a timing thing, right? Like, he just has that timing with them guys, and the ball's there right when they expect it, right where it needs to be, 9 times out of 10, or in a spot where they know it's going to be, and it made all the difference in the world. I don't know how else to put it, because I don't think if Chase doesn't go down that we end up with the same record that we had. I mean, we'd all be having a different discussions than we did. And it was really good to see him back. I was a bit concerned with like I said to the group, that with the slippery footing, how that might affect his recovery, or, at this point, I got to believe he's fully recovered. He won't be out there, because that's what Dan said. But, whether or not we'd run him, well, we didn't need to run him, so we didn't.
Didn't need to.
So, in a way, he gets another, I suppose, week to recuperate if that's needed. And next week, I can't wait to see him take on Montana and see if he can't throw all over them as well. I don't know. They're going to be obviously a bigger challenge, but yeah, I mean, they look fantastic out there, honestly, and they look like they were just having fun playing a game. We're playing a kids game and really enjoying it. So it's good to see that.
Awesome. I was surprised. ESPN Dallas, correct me if I'm wrong, but the color commentator kept saying that when they met with New Hampshire this week, New Hampshire's coaches really harped on, they thought they were going to have a lot of success on the perimeter against our guys, outside the numbers or outside the hashes or something like that.
Yeah, they did.
In the passing game. And they said that multiple times, and it seemed like they were hinting at that New Hampshire just didn't have a counter for what the weather was throwing at them, or didn't feel confident in their quarterback. That seemed like a weird thing they kept emphasizing throughout the broadcast.
It did a little bit. I mean, when you're broadcasting a game like that, you've got kind of a choose your own adventure on the way that the game goes. So, I mean, if they could have been being prepared to paint a very specific picture with one story based on some things that they heard, and then that just didn't work out at all, so they had to just kind of, at least that's how I took it, is they had to just kind of like panic and talk about something because nothing that they had was happening in reality. And I don't know I wondered if there were some comments where they just thought they could pick on our corners. I mean, is that essentially the feel that New Hampshire had, and then it just couldn't happen?
Yeah, right. And when they did try to pass the ball, like, there was just nothing there. Like, I thought, again, we keep talking about him, Isaiah Johnson and Aiden Dowderman did a really good job at those 2 cornerback spots yesterday for the most part.
Brendan and I were saying in the stands that they continually had some success at a minimum with every run play. Why'd they keep trying to force the pass? Because every time they did it, it did not go well. And we just sat there scratching our head. It felt like those times when we've had teams in history where we are trying to force something, it seems. I'm not saying that's a recent thing, but maybe. And it's just not working. Like but we kept going back to it. Like, and that's what they were doing. It felt like if they're giving you the run or you're having success there, because they had fairly decent success. I don't know what their yards per carry was. I didn't look that up. Sorry, but I'm sure you have that handy.
They had some, but I don't know that I didn't get the feel that it was anything that if I'm calling plays for New Hampshire that I'm going to feel like that we don't have to throw the ball at all.
Yeah. So Gibson averaged 5.3 on 19 carries. Yeah. So,
I mean, that's just a first down every other carry. So,
yeah. Yep.
The funny thing, though, that I wanted to talk about, when you get a track like that, it's the run game. It's not like averaging 5, and who knows? I don't have like a breakdown of all of his plays. But when you get the field like that, it's more like it's -1, -1, 12. 1 yard, 0 yards, -2, 15. Like it's either a TFL or you've got a full head of steam and a safety's got to take a weird angle that's kind of like shuffling and doesn't have his feet under him. I don't know, because I saw that the Jacks game over and over again. I saw it in the the Minnesota-Wisconsin game. I saw it in the Illinois Northwestern game. Basically everywhere that had that sort of conditions, it's really hard, and I don't know, it makes the run game look funny.
Yep.
If that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
definitely.
Want to shout out on defense, Bryce Johnson, again stepping in for an injured Cullen McShane, led the team with 10 tackles, and he is really solid, specifically in that run game. I like how he plays. As someone, again, that's really waited his turn to get on the field, and now the injuries are there, so it's happening. But again, 10 tackles, 6 solo, 4 assists, and 1 tackle for loss. Good job, Bryce Johnson, from me. So, any other individual highlights, especially on defense?
Well, they had a really good game. Yeah, easy for me to say. They had a really good game overall, I thought. And like you pointed out in your article today, Logan Green's a stud that doesn't fill the stat sheet, but continues to pack that lunch and put that pressure on the quarterback and stuff those holes on his side of the line. I mean, what else can you ask from a guy? I mean, it'd be great if he could get home a little bit more, but he's so effective in doing it the way he does it. Like, if you had 2-3 guys that do that, he'd be great.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, overall, the Chain Gang had a very, very good game, in my opinion. Again, didn't go back and break down all 22 or anything like that, but you have to change the way that you play when you don't have footing. And it's all about, we talk about guys getting washed laterally and creating holes, and that didn't happen. They were able to. Chad, there's a cough button.
I said sorry, but I hit it late. I hit it late. I don't know how to. Sorry.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
The mouse was on the other side of the screen with the comments.
So I'm just giving you a hard time. So no, I thought the defensive line played well. It doesn't. I did not look at everybody's individual stats, but that may not show necessarily. Although the strip sack and recovery by Kobe and Logan. I mean that was who had the fumble. There's a fumble, right?
Yeah.
I'm blanking.
Who had that?
I need to look. Sometimes I need to look before I start talking.
I don't think there were any forced fumbles. That was in UND.
No.
That happened.
Yeah, no, I know there's UND, which was awesome, and I missed last week, so it's almost like I blacked out and started over. But, all right, whatever. I'll go back and look. I got to look at turnovers. Anyhow, D-line played well.
Yeah. Flipping over to offense, a lot of people talking about the tight ends. Coleman Kuntz getting a lot of love here, which is awesome. He looks – his it wasn't even a stiff arm. He just ran through that guy. That was awesome. His touchdown run was great. Alex Bullock was blocking his butt off down the field, both on that and the Jack Smith touchdown. So that was phenomenal by Alex Bullock. Plus, he made that great catch. So Alex Bullock with a heck of a game for just having the one reception, I guess. Yeah, Chad.
Graham Goring had another great game as well. I mean, dude got over 1,000 yards for his career this game. I saw that online, and he just continues to get better. So kudos to Graham. Keep working, man, because that dude, when he's on, just catches ridiculous balls, like ones that would be hard to catch. So good job, man.
Yeah. I'm excited. We've been over this multiple weeks now, but that we get to see him for a full season, hopefully next year, that he's healthy, because he's been a real difference maker, and it allows Grant Gannon to be freed up to do a few different things as well. And then it allows us to use Andrew Gestad a little bit differently too. So he's not having to play as much like fullback or as much tight end, but more just that fullback role. Loved that, flipping it to him.
I didn't seeing him in person week before last. I didn't realize how much he passes the eyeball test. I mean, he looks different than everybody else very much.
Yeah.
Dude
really
blocks. Dude blocks so incredibly well. It's something that this offense was missing earlier in the year. You know, we kind of touched on it, tiptoed around it a bit, but he laid some great blocks yesterday, and it was definitely a difference maker.
Excited about Juice getting over 1,000 yards on the season. That's awesome for him. He is running different. I don't know if he got hurt somewhere in there, but he looks like the player we thought we were getting from Fordham after really struggling. But gosh, it's great. 6, Elijah Irvin is back in the rotation at wide receiver, and against UND was the first time I really noticed it. He is out of his mind right now blocking. So Elijah Irvin, great job. I'm sure it hasn't been the season you wanted, but man alive, you are really working hard right now in the run game. That's awesome. Dallas, this is good. Okay, you go. I have to ask you a question.
Oh, okay, fine. I was just so I went back, I looked at it. There was no forced fumbles. There was just the one interception, but Logan did have the one sack, and that is what I was thinking of. So my apologies for spacing out.
No worries. Okay,
All
question.
Right, yep.
As a dumb defensive lineman that you proclaim to be.
Yes.
With offensive linemen, what SDSU is doing right now is switching tackles and guards from side to side in these different combinations. How much does that mess with you as a defensive lineman when offensive line is doing that?
So to me, the only thing that I would think about is if I have that on tape, and I think that is maybe showing something else, and then that gets me thinking a little bit. But in terms of I had 75 across for me, and then now I've got 72, and I'm not he whatever, right? He doesn't. I'm not thinking about this guy fires out lower and his arms are longer or some crap like that. That isn't necessarily crossing my mind, and I'm not thinking about that. But I am thinking about, hey, what are they trying to accomplish by shifting around? Do they change their tendencies based on that?
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask you that last week, but you weren't here, so I couldn't, and I just remembered it now talking about the running backs. So
yeah, God, this offensive line right now is kind of exciting.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this.
And the weird part is John Pica at that other tackle spot opposite Q. When he was coming in this season as that jumbo package tight end, I didn't think he was super effective. But man alive, has he been a good tackle for us these last 2 weeks, no matter what side he's on. Yep. He is playing really well for a guy that came up from what, NAIA? Is that what Dakota Wesleyan is?
Yep.
So, good for him.
And, and it may not be the position or anything like that. Guys just get better sometimes as the year goes on, and especially somebody that stepped up and just needed to get a bunch of reps at this game speed against guys this size under his belt, maybe gain some confidence, whatever it is. But I agree 100%.
Yep. We hit on it pretty hard last week, but Nate Adams' best position is definitely center. What he's doing right now in the middle and that push he's getting is just phenomenal. So love seeing that. And with Willenbring's athleticism too, guard's a good spot for him with that to be able to move. So it just seems like a good combination.
Right. If you can just road grader it at center, and if you can get the nose blown off of the ball and snag one of the linebackers as you're driving somebody, which happens with Nate from time to time, that's where you're seeing a 2-yard run turn into 8 instantly because you're, whether you're trying or not, you're blocking 2 guys for a fraction of a second.
Yep. I was going to say, that sounds like a minimum of 4, doesn't it? There's no
Yep.
There's no way that it wasn't. So or isn't. So
yeah, Seth, that's a really good point about why we were trying to use it. Likely because Pika's doing really well. He's a good blocker, it looks like. So, and again, tied with the return of Coleman Kuntz, who is a very good, complete, all-around tight end, a good blocker we've noted already. Who knows what would have happened if we didn't have some of these injuries to have to get creative on the O-line. So,
the other thing I've noticed these last 2 weeks, it would seem, as we quit doing anything too cute with the O-line as far as polls and so forth. We're just running straight at them. Like, maybe there's an inside trap kind of A-gap thing, but I haven't seen the slow developing in the backfield kind of plays. I mean, I think we ran one or two of those end around things or whatever.
It's been a lot more downhill, which maybe that just fits Loffridge a bit more. We've talked about his running style off and on all year, which is interesting. I do wonder, not to sit and talk about the North Dakota game, but why you would choose just a downhill, get after him, style of run game against the arguably the best run defense in the conference and one of the best in the country. And hell, it worked.
Well, and I'd say that bodes well for maybe this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
I do like what I've seen out of that unit. They seemed like they were even better this last game than versus UND, but I mean, that's kind of not apples and oranges. Sorry. That's not, it's not really comparing even things, but they really, that being the first week that they were putting that package together, you got to think that they continue to work on it, improve, and get better at it and more familiar with it so that things come a little more naturally. So we'll be week 3, presumably into the new scheme when we get there. So
that's true.
Nothing should be too out of whack, which will be good because we're going to be in a bad environment as far as sound. And we need those guys not giving up any of those free 5 yards, because didn't that happen at New Mexico? They had like one down where they got 3 consecutive false starts. I was like, that's bonkers. Like 3 in a row. They gave up 15 yards. They had just gotten that off a penalty or whatever, and then they just got it back. That was pretty amazing to see.
I had so much fun watching New Mexico on Friday. That was Friday, right?
Yeah, that was Friday.
Yeah, that was Friday. And I tweeted out that I couldn't believe Jason Eck had me caring about a 4-7 Utah State squad or whatever. Just rooting for him to win. That was a great time.
And it was so funny because we were all wrapping up the New Mexico game together. We were all kind of watching it and texting each other. And then all of a sudden, we, at the end of the broadcast, they're like, New Mexico will have to wait to see the result of the Utah Valley Boise State game. And then, we all clicked over to that game, and it's just ridiculous. Like, it's fun to see these different connections that are out there. And we know the X a little bit, and just know that they're great people. And Jason got a contract extension. Got a raise today. So that's awesome. Good for him.
Yep.
So excited for those guys. But anything else on New Hampshire?
I don't know. Like, I feel like we started out talking about Chase coming back, and we drifted away from it. But I don't know. It bears talking about just a little bit more what that did. I can't imagine, to be Eric Eidsness, what that felt like getting him back and being able to do that. And the fact that, when the game got done, I didn't notice that he didn't run the ball. Like, I just assumed that he had been. And like, if we would have started talking immediately after the game and I didn't look at any stats, I instantly would have been like, oh, what a great balanced attack. And he ran the ball effectively. And wait, no, he had 1 rush for 1 yard. And that was it. But in those conditions, 16 for 20, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. My goodness. Like, you cannot ask for any more than that. And it just opens everything else up. God, it was exciting. And and again, I know that you started with it, but just the team looked and felt different. Everybody had a hop in their step. Like, it just showed through the television.
Yeah, it was just good to see him out there, just flinging it. Man alive, you forget how the ball just looks different coming off of his arm.
It does.
And man, he can just toss it. It was funny because, with Eidsness, he has to feel a little bit vindicated. Like, our fan base has been rough on him the last, during the losing streak, and a lot of people questioning his play calling, us included, I think, to some extent. But actually with, his full allotment of weapons for the most part on offense, obviously no Lofton. But I mean, that offense looked pretty damn good again. So that's fun. I only bitched once about a swing pass, or the wide receiver screen, and then the next possession, Jack Smith housed it. So kind of funny there. Chad, you're muted, buddy.
So Brendan got in my ear about that, obviously, because I'm Mr. Anti-swing pass.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, well, our wide receivers have to be able to block, which they haven't been doing, and that's a major factor, right? So, like, screen passes or swing passes, sure, they can be effective, but when you got a single guy out there that throws a half-ass block, it's not that effective of a play.
Sorry. Positive, Chad. We're being positive right now.
No, I'm saying I mean, it was really good yesterday. That was my point. Sorry.
Oh, gosh. You're good, man. You're good. Awesome. The one thing I just wanted to highlight, I am slightly disappointed we didn't get to see this incredible kicker from New Hampshire. Really, show us what he could do. I mean, we still talk about Jamie Gillum from the Pine Bluff game. Yeah. 8 years later, because he was so awesome. It would have just been fun to kind of see what this kicker could do for New Hampshire if he truly is that good. But we didn't get that opportunity, so which is probably a good thing for us. The way our special
I wish
teams
we would have been a little better on fourth down conversions, right? I mean, like you said,
anyway. Yeah. And the spots on the fourth down were wild. Dan could have challenged more of those, but the one that he did challenge, I think he was short, but there was just no way to know on the field, how you couldn't, from the TV angles, you couldn't see the yard markers at all. You could barely see the rabbit through the snow on TV. So I can't imagine what their replays were like either, to look at.
And it made the whole broadcast look kind of blue. That was weird too. Because everybody kept texting me some pictures of a guy in a cowboy hat that looks strangely like that one over there. But that was something that Brendan and I pointed out very early, is that the spots, and to be fair, I don't want to complain about the refs because it was consistent, but it was consistently bad. It was just not accurate. I don't know what to say. Was that a CAA crew? I think Brendan was claiming they were a CAA
something
crew.
like
Maybe
that.
I'm wrong, but
yeah. I think
they were from the South, because the head
Southland.
The head official was, his day job is some sort of a professor at Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so was Harrington hurt? I thought Stater did all the kickoffs. So Harrington's been benched, I'm pretty sure. The 2 kickoffs out of bounds at UND, in the week prior against Illinois State, he had gotten benched. So I think there's a benching happening right now. Yeah. He'll be okay. He's a youngster. He'll be just fine. But
I did wonder. I don't know if you guys touched on that last week. So I mean, 2 kickoffs going out of bounds. You don't want to kick him while he's down, right? But obviously unacceptable. But I do wonder if there's something that he was being asked to do, because it was. I mean, the odds of having 2 missed hits in a row are pretty small. Mm-hmm. I just maybe wonder if they're asking him to place the ball somewhere that he just wasn't physically capable of doing consistently, right? Just something funky, which coaches do. Excuse me, coaches do that from time to time. They want to get the ball in a certain spot based on a team's return setup. But anyway,
well, yesterday we were trying to drill it line drive right above the field, so at least for the first half, I actually don't recall what the second half kicks looked like, but the first half kicks we were trying to. Well, I just don't remember. I was at field level for one and not for the other. So,
You were like what, like getting like the snack bar, Chad, and like the special service.
I'm not gonna say I didn't hit
Chad standing up top like some Victorian duchess, looking down on the field.
We went outside. We watched the quarter outside.
The camera couldn't find you up there.
Well, I didn't have my hat on because I didn't want everyone in the suite not to be able to see, over that.
Thing. So let's do some game balls. You guys saw who I gave it to in Rants and Raves, but who would you guys give it to on offense for this one?
Juice, I think. Yeah.
I mean, he ran consistently. I mean, obviously, there's also nothing wrong with giving it to Chase, just having him back for God's sake. And again, to be able to throw the ball the way that he did in crappy conditions, opening the offense back up, I think you'd go either way there.
All right. And game balls are presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill in Brookings. Obviously, not everyone's going to be able to make the trip out to Montana this week to watch the game. But what you should do if you're in the Brookings area is go to Cubby's to watch the game with your fellow Jackrabbit fans. It is going to be awesome to watch. I've watched playoff games there before, and the atmosphere is second to none. All the TVs, all the good food, all the drinks. Cubby's is going to be the place to be, as it usually is. So thank you, Cubby's, for sponsoring the game ball segment. All right, defense. Dallas, Chad, who would you guys go with here?
I like that you gave it to everybody, to be honest with you, and I didn't put a ton of thought into it beyond that. I mean, it was a solid, all around. It just felt good. I don't know. You could either pick 10 people or pick one, or I liked it.
Sure, we can go cop out. I'm going to go Price Johnson.
I went with the entire defense. I didn't know. And then I gave the special teams one to Miles Taylor, who apparently didn't play.
I wondered about that. Wasn't that Isaiah IGC that was taking the punts back?
Yeah, but the TV broadcast said Miles, and then I didn't have the stats book was down this morning when I did it.
Oh,
so I had no access.
When I read that, I was really confused. I'm like, well, Matt usually knows better than me, so
no, Matt was confused. It was IGC. So
yeah, right.
Yep.
So kudos to him. Instead, that's what Matt meant. Number 2.
Yeah.
The other number 2.
Yeah. This is what you get for relying on the TV broadcast. They've screwed me over twice this year. So
everybody's ripping him. I did say that I thought that crew, I will give ESPN credit after how frustrating the South Dakota State game was. I thought that crew did a hell of a job on Saturday. I want them back.
It's an easy mistake to make when both are number 2, and one guy's been returning for quite a while this year, most recently. So, I think they get a pass there. They didn't call us San Diego State or anything. So
yeah, good enough.
Yep.
All right, Dallas, tell us about Renegade, and then we can talk about Montana.
All right, let's do it. So, holidays coming up. Everybody run specials online. Renegade Regeneration, my product hydration powder. Gonna run a special, drop it back down to $19.99 again. So way cheap compared to what it typically have it at. Got a little bit of stock that I want to get through. So we're going to run that through Cyber Monday, probably through the end of the week, renegaderegeneration.com. If you haven't tried it yet, check it out. Or if you need a refill, I've seen a lot of people that I recognize on their second and third orders in the last couple weeks, which has been super cool. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Renegaderegeneration.com.
Hey.
Now let's go beat Montana.
Awesome. Montana Grizz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a callback to an old thing. That is on purpose.
Perfect.
Not just my usual misspellings.
I like that. All right. So Ron's telling us, our good friend Ron Loney, who's here every week, rain or shine,
hi, Ron,
is telling us that we are going to be able to annihilate their defense. And I'm looking, Ron might not be too far off. I'm looking at their sheet. They gave up 421 passing yards to Idaho State, 337 to Sacramento State, 451 to Eastern Washington. Holy smokes.
Which had it not been for a bad fake or a bad downing of the ball, they would have won.
Yeah,
they would have lost to Eastern Washington.
Jeepers.
I mean, they're giving up 400 yards a game. I mean, that's what they've averaged for the entire season. Now they're putting up 460. So that's another conversation.
Wow.
How do we feel like our current defense stacks up against the one that beat Montana State? I feel like just as good, right?
Yeah, I'm very concerned about explosive plays, right? That I've said that multiple times in the last few weeks. And these guys have players, whether it's Eli Gilman or that receiver, Northam. What is it? Wortham. That are elite game breakers, that are home run, big play threats. And we have to be ready for that. I don't know. I mean, where does Wortham work out of mostly? Is he a slot player mostly? I mean, can we stick St. Just on him? Or is he going to be on the boundary? If he's on the boundary, he's a headache for us. So
he is. I mean, this is going to take some serious creativity by Berge, and I'm guessing he might have, by the third quarter of the New Hampshire game, he might have been watching Montana film, starting to get ready. If he could hand the defense off to anybody else, because pack a lunch defense, and I think it's going to be critical for the defensive line to get home. We've talked a ton about different games where you got a mobile quarterback, you want to make sure he can't break the pocket, blah blah blah. This is one where I think it's got to be 1,000, 2,000, and we're breathing down his neck and making things uncomfortable very quickly in this one.
Yeah.
Kevin Marshall says if we say explosive plays 2 more times, that Stone Labanowitz will come on.
I know. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Montana, I mean, is exceptional at that, and we struggle on defense. Our defense we talked about this last week, Kevin. Our defense is really good, or has traditionally been really good at making you move down the field, slow, incrementally. We didn't allow the big play in the past. And so this year, just allowing opponents to score on these big plays is just wild to me. It's just something new that my eyes are getting used to, compared to maybe what we've seen in the past. So, is Ayat the running threat? Is he a running threat?
I don't know that they run him specifically all that much, but he is athletic and can run very well when pressured, has in the past. Maybe not so much this year. I'd have to look at his.
He's just 210 gross yards. So
yeah, so
not bad.
But he's not bad. He can run pretty well.
Sure, yeah. Wortham though has 46 attempts, ground carries this year. That's kind of wild from your best wide receiver. 46 rushing attempts.
Yeah, they use him kind of like we used to use the Omaha product. That
K. Johnson.
K. Johnson, yeah.
Yeah. 5'9" average, 6 touchdowns. Gilman though, I mean, we got to talk about Gilman. He's our Minnesota boy. How we didn't get him, I don't know. But man, 1,261 yards, 6'6" average, 17 touchdowns. I mean, that's impressive right there. So I'm excited to see him. We've done a good job of shutting him down the 2 times previously we've played. But he's a different animal this year. He's another year older. So
he's had another gear this year and been more effective.
Yep.
I mean, you can get to this point in the season and to be healthy, play in 12 games and be averaging over 100 yards. That's a remarkable feat in that league to do that.
Their defense, to their credit, we talk about them giving up a lot in the passing game. They have 18 interceptions. That's something. That's something. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That makes me want to dig into that a little bit further and see if they just exploited a couple of bad quarterbacks or if that has been consistent.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will try to look into that in the background here.
Yep.
Well, I mean, obviously teams have been passing on them a lot if you're giving up 400 yards.
Yeah, right.
Or is
So
that
you're gonna get some
total? Just
chances.
that was just passing.
That's
wasn't
total.
it?
255 passing
All right.
for
Never mind.
them. 400 yards total about. Yep.
Like
Which
400
is still
yards
a ton.
passing is a lot, but
Yeah, right.
that's how I heard that when you said it. My apologies.
Yeah, it's okay. Defensively, what do they got? Who do they got here? Peyton Wing is that transfer, I think, from Portland State, linebacker. Started out pretty slow for them, but it looks like he's has put together a really decent season overall. 59 total tackles, 3.5 sacks. Doesn't look like they have anyone like Alex Gubner in the middle this year to kind of anchor that defense. Yeah, that guy was an animal, man.
Yeah. Talk about just being effective, just taking up space. Like that guy was effective that way. And then he could move across the line left to right really well, even though, you thought that the reason he was so effective was just by being there.
Mm-hmm.
But he moved across the line really well.
Yep. What else? Trying to dig up some more stuff here on these guys. We should have just had Ron on to tell us everything.
That would have been good. Somebody brought up, I would like it if one of the shows here coming up this week can get somebody on to talk about him a little bit more, because this is a giant game that feels like it should be a semifinal type matchup. And I would assume that they're looking at it the same way. I mean, you didn't 3 weeks ago, you wouldn't have thought that, but obviously coming off of the offense's performance this week. Matt, I'm curious, what do you think their top, I'm trying to tap dance while I pull up a screen here, their top win or top game would be this year?
Like their highest rated win?
Tab, schedule.
They probably got in because of a quality loss.
I mean, they beat North Dakota in Missoula. That they made that big comeback.
That's got to be it. Like,
right? Sac State by 14. Yeah, that is. Holy crap. Their schedule was soft.
It did. And it didn't look that way to start out with, because, you got Idaho in September when we thought they still had something.
No, take that back. Scroll back up. They had a really tough game up there. Right there. It's got Ford under it. That one, that's a tough game there. You can't let that go. You're playing an MDFC team. They can beat anybody any week.
Well,
we can't talk. Why? I was just skipping over that, man.
Sorry.
Well,
I know we can't talk. That was kind of my point. I'm self-deprecating.
Well, really, if you put those two games together, they should be, 50-some point favorites?
Yeah.
All right, Sacred Heart, Sac State, handled them.
Kevin's rampage against the scheduling gods. The schedule is always soft.
Eastern.
Corey Blair, I missed you at tailgating, bud.
Eastern tight.
Kevin, can we put that on your headstone? Like,
schedule is always soft. No, his epitaph will read, "Yeah, but they didn't play a conference championship because they didn't play everybody."
Yes, exactly. Yes, there we go.
We love picking on you too. What did you do?
Nice. Okay. No, this is gonna be fun. I am excited to watch this. May run over to Millbank and watch this in the pump with other Jacks fans. We'll see.
Ooh, fun.
We'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, we don't really talk about that enough, do we? Our GI Bar Network's still up on our website. Go ahead and check that up. Get yourself, if you're not within driving distance of Cubbies, that would be a good option for you.
Would. And if you are in a state with legal sports book, take the over. I don't even care what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be some points, you think?
I get that feeling.
All right, let's do that. Let's get into predictions. Chad, you want to talk about Northwestern Mutual while I get our predictions ready so we don't forget it this week?
You caught me completely off guard, but Northwestern Mutual is your one stop for insurance and investments. Get your life figured out. They can get you straightened out so that you don't leave your loved ones with a mess when you go. Northwestern Mutual, also the sponsor of Alex's Lemonade Stand, which I will pull up on the fly here as best as I can. That is not what I wanted at all. We're doing good today. This is an A+ effort from the A team here. But I'm going to try and share this with you guys if I can. It's loading and taking forever. Northwestern Mutual, there it is. And 20% off, big deal. We're over $103,000. It's an amazing total. That guy in front of our guy is not in front by much. We got about $400 and some dollars that we're behind. That hasn't moved a whole lot. I haven't seen a lot of movement on that this weekend. So we did get about 60, 70 bucks of, I think it's 60 bucks, honestly, but I can't recall. About 60 bucks on putting shots. Surprisingly not a hot item when it's really cold out. So so we didn't have a lot of people in the tailgate. That matters as well. That keeps them from
I love that Dawson Ruperta in the back.
Oh yeah, what say that again? Oh, the 99. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
God, that jumping in the snowbank celebration is the happiest thing in the world. God, I love it so much.
There's a new thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
I did look at that picture and I commented on Twitter today. And in the picture was a walk-on, 2 kids that Colorado State cut, another walk-on, a transfer who, had been, bounced from, around from 2 different programs. This is his 3rd stop. Another walk-on, like just kind of wild, like from one of the angles, what you were seeing and just how much they were just loving the game, loving being with each other. Dan keeps talking about that, right? Like this
getting
team
one
is
more week
close and getting one more week together. So yeah, and we've always talked about this with the deep playoff runs, like the advantage that is with all the extra reps your young guys are getting. And with this team, especially just being so young, like how important this is to get all these freshmen and redshirt freshmen reps, that more and more reps. So it's going to pay dividends in the future. So
this is going to be an especially salty team come next year if we can make it another 2-3 games down the road. I mean, it will be regardless, but that only builds, like you said, on the depth.
Yeah, there we go. And good job, everyone. Good job, Chad, on the putting shots and donating to Alex's lemonade stand. We are definitely making the Bauman family and friends put down some money on this year. So
yeah, they seem to really want to beat us, and it seems like they don't necessarily get out in front of us, but when we get out in front, they make sure that they stay out in front.
Yeah, that's pretty
kind
quick.
of how it's been going.
Yep, definitely. So, all right, Chad, who are you taking for our offensive player in the game?
Chase Mason. It's gonna be all Chase Mason. All day, every day.
Okay, Dallas.
So was debating between, I think Chase is a great pick. I think he's going to have just a monster game. But since Chad took Chase, you got to pick a weapon. Give me Alex Bullock. I think he's going to come up with a dagger touchdown reception early in the 4th quarter, and that is when the Rabbits begin to pull away.
Okay. This game is going to be explosive plays. And the Jack's most explosive wide receiver is Jack Smith. So I'm going with Jack Smith with a pair of touchdowns in this one.
Nice.
So, all right. Defense, Dallas, who are you taking?
Give me Kobe Claiborne.
Okay.
Just give me a senior that is going to impose his will and is going to step up with a huge sack or strip sack when we need it in the second half.
Sounds good. I am going with the hot hand, the guy I've been, rolling with this last few weeks of the season. Jalen Lee is going to get another interception.
Yeah.
I have some incredible run support again. Jalen Lee's my guy.
Not that those are bad picks, and especially Dallas is because that's what I was going to use. But I am going to go with Ruperta. We haven't heard a lot from him recently. He's been doing a great job with contain, but I think he gets home a couple times or maybe stuffs the old Gill man behind the line.
Okay.
Gives him a Gilly suit.
Yeah.
Makes him look like you can't see him.
Eh.
Ghillie suit.
That's funny. Okay, I am interested in this. Jim Poppin might have some insider knowledge here, saying CVT is his pick. I'm very
He said
interested.
he had
in
a
that, Jim.
feeling.
Got a feeling. Man, that would be awesome. If Chase Mason came back one week and Chase Van Tol the next.
Ooh.
Oh,
along with the MC Shane train.
Yep. That'd be sweet.
We're not saying he is.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Clear, Gary. We don't know anything.
Yeah, Jim Poppin is saying that he is. So yeah.
If he doesn't play, be mad at him. If he does play, give him all the kudos.
Yeah.
But you heard it here first.
No, we get the kudos if he's right. That's how this
all
works.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, you heard it here first. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha.
Jim gets the blame. We get the kudos.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yep. Thanks, fellas. I love you, Jim. All right. Score prediction here. I'm going 42-32. 42-32. Chad?
35-16.
Ooh, okay. Dallas?
42-30. Jackson.
Oh,
I got it typed out here too. I can show you.
All right. Sweet. This is going to be fun. We all think higher scoring again.
Yeah.
Yep, just with that explosiveness on offense.
Explosive
plays.
I am getting word that we won't see CVT. Whether that's true or not, somebody texted in.
All right.
That may or may not know. I'm not saying one way or another. They know better than Jim, but so we're getting conflicting information. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I just in this one, honestly, we're gonna have to manage the crowd right away. We know that this crowd can get into it. It's gonna be loud. Luckily, this team has plenty of experience in these loud environments. Montana State being the prime example earlier this season, the Gold Rush game, we were able to withstand that. So they're just gonna have to manage those initial emotions. If Montana State comes out swinging, we got to be ready for it. Again, I think they're going to want to get, Gilman going early, and then the wide receiver, Wortham or whatever he is, really watch out for him. I don't think we match up well with him at all.
I fully expect them to take some big shots deep early.
Yeah, just test us. See, our safeties are going to have to stay back. We've been playing them up a lot lately in run support. They're going to have to stay back. And our front seven is just going to have to clean up the run on its own, really.
Yep, he accidentally did. You're right, Brendan. I caught it too.
Who called him State?
Okay. We all make he accidentally called him Montana State, not Montana.
Oh, I was talking about playing there earlier this year at Montana State.
It's not how. Anyway, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't hear you say Montana State other than playing at Montana State with the crowd.
Yeah.
Brendan's full of it.
Apparently, me and Brendan have the same ears. We heard it. So my bad. I like this game. I like our matchup. Honestly, I really do. As we know, outside of the brawl, how'd the brawl go, Ron? What was the final score there? Why don't you throw that in the chat here? We'll throw that up because this could quite possibly be a similar score.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember off the top of my head. I know Montana State.
It was 31-28 Montana State.
Okay, so it was a close game. Montana's definitely going to be up for this game, and something not to overlook there because who has bounced them out of the playoffs and national championship most recently? It hasn't been NDSU. So
this will be a fun game. I can't wait. Saturday cannot come quickly enough.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Anything else, guys?
I got one other thing to share that's kind of cool. If you'll oblige me for a second here, I'm going to share this here. Shoot.
While he's doing this, just want to wish Alex Kinkle a happy birthday today. Team member Kinkle and the computer model turned what? How old do we think Alex is? 31?
Yeah, he's got to be
Far and away the youngest. Yeah, far and away the youngest, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't trust just anybody, but you can trust that the Pride will be at every home game.
I just thought that was pretty cool, and I tried sharing it, and then accidentally closed the tab. So sorry about that.
That's cool. No, that was fun. The Pride was great too.
To Emily Hofer, and a shout out to Kevin Kessler and the Pride.
Yeah,
that was my point. I just wanted to shout him out.
Good point. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Thanks, Jim. With that, have fun, everyone. Let's cheer loud. Go big. Go blue.
Go Jacks.
Go Jacks.